Hello, and welcome back. Been a little while, and this time there's a bit of a first for me. A change from the normal run of mobile fidelity one steps. This is my first ever Analogue Productions UHQR pressing. Yeah, I've been waiting for this for a long time, being based in the UK. They just, I don't know how long I've been talking about it, 6 months or more than that, I think. Anyway, finally it's here. And as with my mobile fidelities, my first port of call in the UK for this sort of thing is Brook Audio. David Brook's business, MCRU is his hi-fi, MCRU Brook Audio. He's got a few different brand names for his business, but that's where I got this one. And well, I will. It's a limited edition, and it's a beautiful pressing. And I'm sure all of you, hopefully, will know the album, released in 1959. One of the most, if not the most, one of the most influential, important jazz albums of all time, I would say, from Miles Davis. Probably my number one jazz artist. I think that's fairly safe to say. I've got dozens and dozens and dozens of his records. Anyway, let me just tell you about what I had prior to this, because with Kind of Blue, unlike some of the mobile fidelity titles, some of them I didn't have that many copies of. This one, it's one of those records I've been into for so long and so important to me. I had 3 copies already. I've had many more, but I just have to regularly have a clear out because there's only so much space in my house. So the 3 that I've cleared it down to, I think this is kind of quite relevant because these are what I would have said prior to the release of this, the best you can get. So I'll start actually with number 1. So number 1, the best you can get, in my opinion, up until now. Although that's just given the chase away, hasn't it? So here we are, Kind of Blue, and this is an original. Six-eye Columbia deep groove, which is this, what they refer to this groove around here. This is a mono cut, as you can tell from the labels. This part's black on the stereo cuts. Now, genuinely, I think this is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Just fantastic music, and a mono cut played on a proper mono cartridge, I have to say. I use a Miyajima Zero mono in a chic tone arm, in fact, and it's all geared up specifically for playing mono. You can't play stereo records on a mono cartridge, a proper mono cartridge. So here we go. That's my favourite, the best. And it's if you take a look at this, it's in pretty, I don't know if you can see that there. It's in near mint condition, actually. It really is. So first press from, well, it's difficult to say, but 1959, 1962, I think this would have been being pressed like this. Then they changed the labels, which we'll get to in a minute. Anyway. Kind of Blue, 6-eye, mono. My next favourite, see, I write little notes in here to myself because they get bloody confusing which ones are which and all the rest of it. So, here we go. I was talking to you about the stereos, and there we are. That's an original, again, deep groove, 6-eye, that refers to these symbols here, and that's a stereo. It's not in bad condition at all, but it's not mint. So there's there's no groove damage in terms of distortion as such, but it's kind of, you know, frying eggs and bacon kind of light pops and crackles continually. So I think that would be the best sounding stereo copy, and I do think the mono has the edge, frankly. But then this was my playing copy, frankly, because it's again exactly the same as the copy I've just shown you. But this is what's known as the 2i label. Still got a groove there, but it's not what they would call a deep groove. In fact, it's more of a ridge. But we've only got 2 of these I symbols. And I believe these date from between about 62 to 65, something like that maybe. So whereas this is not as original a pressing as the 6i, as you can see, it's, again, this one, like the mono one, it's near mint, it really is. So I tended to play that most. So that's kind of where we're, you know, that's just to set the scene, what I'm comparing to, what my reference points are. So, hang on, a swig of coffee. So, after all the wait, here we go. Now, what do you get? So, first of all, you get a very, very, very solid box, which is really nice. And you can see this spine piece here. This is solid wood. You can kind of tell from the top. You can see the wood grain there. Anyway, so this slides out. And that really is got a beautiful feel to it. It's lovely. And then you've got this, again, very stiff inner, which holds. Let me take out. So, a little UHQR flyer. It gives you the names and photos of the engineers and operatives in the plant. I guess these are patents, yeah, patents for Clarity Vinyl and UHQR process, which Acoustic Sounds have come up with or purchased or whatever. A list of forthcoming releases, kind of catalogue basically. That's what you get. Now, here we go. UHQR, Technical Specifications Manual. I'm going to go into quite a lot of detail here. So this tells you about the technical spec of the records. You really do get you know exactly what you're buying, and the transparency as to what they're doing, where they get the masters, how they're treated, well, that, you know, all that kind of stuff is just it really is second to none. Anyway, here we are, another totally for this issue, beautiful booklet with some fantastic, I mean, just fantastic, cool, timeless, enigmatic photos, and a couple of essays about Miles, the album, the recording. I haven't actually read those yet, to be honest. I just got this, put it on, and sat there pretty much jaw dropped listening to it. The cover is just beautiful. I mean, the quality, if you watch any of Analogue Productions YouTube videos, of which they do many, you'll see they use Stout and Press for their cut. I mean, it's exceptionally nice quality. I know the cover isn't the bit you listen to, but it's just beautiful. And you know, you've got the sort of satin inside, and the really heavily varnished front cover, front and back cover. The original wasn't gatefold, by the way. And here we are, originally numbered 14,959. There's the cover. And then packed separately, here's the record. Now, first thing you'll notice, there's only one record. So, again, unlike the mobile fidelities, and we're saying unlike the mobile fidelity one steps, this is 33 RPM. I have no doubt that 45 RPM could well, clearly could sound better, but believe me, a really good 33 RPM record is more precious to me, because it's you just put it on and play it as the original. You get side one on one side, you get side two on one side, and this is just stunning. Now, very different looking piece of vinyl to the Mobile Fidelity stuff. I keep saying Mobile Fidelity, but there we go. This is what they call clarity vinyl, and I think it's probably pretty similar, frankly. It's you've only got to listen to the run-out grooves, the lead-in groove, to see that how quiet they are compared with normal records. And this is I wouldn't like to say which one's better, this vinyl or the vinyl that Mobile Fidelity use, but it's stunningly good. It really is. But the fact that this is 33 RPM and sounds as good as it does is actually, the first important thing is that this sounds better than any other pressing. Otherwise, having paid for it, you'd be a bit pissed off. I mean, I've probably had 10 different copies of this album over the year, and as you see, I've whittled that down to 3. I've now got 4. So this is my new everyday player. I suspect that the 2i will be the one that goes, because there's no need to have that anymore. So, a beautiful piece of vinyl. And one thing I will say on this as well, it is absolutely as flat as a pancake. It's silent. It just sounds fantastic. So, onto the listening. Well, this is the thing. Compared with my original, it's more open. There's more space. There's more detail. There's more texture. There's more dynamic. You can see them on the soundstage much better. You can hear the difference between between the saxes and the trumpets. So much better when you've got both sort of trumpet and sax and piano kind of all playing together, almost all playing the same notes. You can really clearly hear the 3 elements playing those 3 notes together. It's just it really is. It's the best I've heard this album. And the first night, 2 days ago actually, first night I played it, I started off playing my 6i, and I didn't play. I played. I think I played all of So What and just into Freddie Freeloader, and then I took that off and I put on my 2i, which was, as I said, the 6i sounds great, but there's it's like someone's cooking bacon in the room, just like crackles, little tiny crackles. And this one was divine, and I listened to the whole first side. I just lost myself in it, forgot I was Strode. It was supposed to be doing an A/B dim, and then I went back and played and put this on, and I played the whole first side. I played the whole second side, and I put the first side back on again, and I got through halfway through Freddie Freeloader, and I thought, geez, this is just, it just had me. It had me, absolutely swept me away. There was, it is the best I've ever heard this music, and as such, it is utterly and thoroughly recommended. The fact that it comes, so utterly beautifully packaged. I mean, frankly, it's all very nice, all this extra stuff, the box, the little booklet and all that. But if you were just buying that and this, you know, I mean, this is such a beautiful sleeve. It's almost a shame not to just pop the record in there and put that on my shelf. But, you know, it would get scuffed up pretty quick. But it is absolutely beautiful. I will be keeping an eye on all future releases in this series, and anything that's even vaguely half up my street, I'll be buying. It's as simple as that. So many thanks for David Brook from Brook Audio for sending me the record, and well, thanks to Chad and everyone at Analogue Productions for putting this absolute masterpiece together. It is the absolute best you can get. So, once again, Miles Davis, Analogue Productions UHQR issue. It is the best you will ever heard this piece of music, period. Thank you. And have a happy Christmas. Bye-bye.